pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
So what's the difference between kindness and just being nice?
To me, when you're kind, you feel it and you mean it.
It just has a better outlook and it demands more of a person.
Kindness requires sort of you feeling for that other person.
I think it's something that comes from your heart and is really genuine, as opposed niceness might just be like, oh, I like your shirt.
It essentially amounts to that they're being polite.
But like, it can be really vicious behind like your back.
Niceness isn't considerate of what that person really needs.
Being nice is more about like yourself. Like, I'm doing this because that will make me look good, kind of.
I think that being nice is something that society expects from everyone.
It's the difference between not saying something mean about someone sometimes and kindness, which is really when you go out of your way to do something that you know will make them feel good.
Recently, this past June, I was going through a really just hard time. The entire month was just bad.
So about like 2 months ago, I got hit by a New York City taxi. It was like really tough and I couldn't go to work.
I was waiting at the bus stop and one of my friends came up to me and she just asked me, what's wrong? That's not something, it's not a question really that I get asked that often.
I went back to work and I thought nothing of it, but then I got a package and it was a package full of like all these like amazing treats, and inside it had a Panera Bread card, and I love Panera Bread. Like, Panera Bread is probably my favorite restaurant. And the fact that they got me a Panera Bread card, and I've mentioned it once this whole time, just shows like they went out of their way just to be kind to me.
I'll always remember that person was very considerate of my feelings.
So what can you do to be more kind?
I will reach out and reconcile with someone I haven't been getting along with.
I pledge to call up an old friend and make sure that they're doing them.
I will smile at someone who really needs it.
So will you join us and take this pledge?
Make a difference.
And remember, you have even 1 minute.
You can change the world.
Good morning. Today I'm going to share with you a story which really goes along with the lesson we talked about yesterday, is how showing someone a simple act of kindness, showing some compassion and some love can change your life and their life forever. Okay, so it's a really cool story, so I want to share it with you. But it's a story that my friend's father told her. So once when she was about 10, her father told her this story, that he had gone hunting with his older sister. And his sister had heard about some people had heard some people talking about a treasure chest that was supposed to be hidden in a hillside cave. So one day when they were on summer vacation, they went there and they spent 2 or 3 hours looking for the entrance to the cave. So then as he was trying to squeeze between 2 big boulders, he fell into a hole. And it was the mouth of a tunnel that led actually into the cave that the people had been talking about. So his sister and he then crawled through the tunnel into the cave, and it was really dark, but they brought a flashlight and they shined it around, and they were shocked to see that there was a large wooden chest about 10 feet in front of them. And neither of them had thought they would really find any treasure there. So they ran over to the chest, they pulled it open, and it was filled with silver and gold coins. And he started counting them, but his sister told him to stop. She said, this is only money, she said. It's not a real treasure. If you want money, all you have to do is work for it.
Go ahead.
So he was going to argue with her, but then he suddenly noticed a big metal chest on the other side of the cave. And then he yelled, "Oh, that must be the real treasure." And so then they both ran over to the metal chest. And then that chest was, I guess, harder to open for them. But they were very excited when they finally opened it. And it was filled with statues of men and animals. And some of the statues were made of ivory, some were made of marble with diamonds for eyes and rubies for lips, and some were made of gold. So he took one of the gold statues out of the chest and he stood it up. And his sister yelled at him. She's like, "Don't do that. This is only beauty and art. It's not a real treasure. There must be something better in here." So there wasn't anything else in the cave. They searched and they searched, but the two chests were all that was there. Well, then what happened is the battery in their flashlight started to die. So they got scared and they crawled back to the tunnel. So they left the chest, the treasure chest where they were, and they were trying to get out. And what happened is he got out, but his sister got stuck halfway in the tunnel. And he was trying to get her out, but he couldn't. And he started crying. And he was really freaking out and scared and everything. And so she said, "Find somebody to help me." So he ran out of there and he ran up and down the street, knocking on doors and begging people to come help him, to help his sister. But they wouldn't come. Nobody would come. So he said some people were watching TV or they were playing games. He goes, but nobody would believe him. And some people just didn't want to get involved. And so they were ignoring him. But there was one girl who was about his same age, and she was the only one who was willing to help. So she got a rope and a spade and a water bottle. And then she and my friend's dad, they went back to the tunnel. And after about a half an hour, they got his sister out of the tunnel. So they never told, he and his sister, they never told their parents what happened. But he became really good friends with the girl who'd helped them. And he asked her one day why she helped them, even though she'd never met them before. And she told him that there was a commandment in the Torah that said, "Don't be a bystander when someone else is bleeding." And that verse actually comes from Leviticus 19:16. So he grew up to admire her very much. And she was a very responsible, charitable, faithful, kind, and loving person. He learned a lot from her. And when they finished college, he realized that she was more than a very good friend. And she ended up being the woman that he wanted to marry and live with for the rest of his life. That woman, that girl that helped him, is my friend's mom. And in that person, in her, he found the best treasure in the world. And so when his sister was telling him that there was something better to be found there in that cave, it was his future wife. That young girl strove to be better that day than she was the day before. And in doing so, she found the person that she would make a life with. And it's your turn to do that today.
Take in a deep breath, and as you breathe out, feel your body begin to relax. Now imagine that you are sitting in a beautiful garden. There is no one else around to bother or disturb you. It's your special place. It's a lovely day, blue sky, soft breeze, warm but comfortable. You feel so peaceful and relaxed in this beautiful garden. And you look down to your left, and you see in the grass there are flowers, deep red, bright orange blossoms, just so beautiful, so colorful. And there are bushes around you, with yellow flowers that look like bells. And there are blue and lavender flowers in bushes and in the grass all around you. There are trees, beautiful trees full of blossoms of white and pink. Full, green, beautiful trees. And you feel so peaceful, calm and relaxed. This beautiful garden all around you. And there is the fragrance of nature on the breeze. You feel comfortable and calm. You can hear the birds in the trees, the sound of the breeze rustling the leaves. And all around you is peace and tranquility. And you feel calm and centered. And when you are ready, you will take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, just have a gentle stretch, whatever feels comfortable for you right now. Just like a cat waking up in the morning. You are feeling energized now and confident, but still deeply relaxed and ready to enjoy a beautiful day.